Hi, everyone. How are you? So, this is part two of painting I'm working on Harry and Meghan with their censorship. They're now in Colombia. They've doing their big distraction tour down there for some reason. Anyways, I thought I would see about finishing this up. And I'm going to start with, I think, making Meghan's hair a little darker there. Still got a lot of blue tones, so I'm just going to go over it with some burnt umber. Let's see about getting rid of those blue tones in the hair that I've added to darken it up. All right, so let me get my reference picture up. So I hope everyone is doing well and handling all the influx of information coming in and pictures that are all copyrighted from Harry and Meghan. They love taking down YouTube channels that use their images without their permission. Well, from the images I've seen on Twitter, Murky Meg's posting a lot of images. She's been very good about keeping track of that, and they're not looking very good. I mean, not very inspiring, if you ask me. But I don't think they're, for Meghan, who seems to want to be Princess Diana 2.0, she doesn't, in my opinion, have the glamour or the style of the late princess. Every time I see a Meghan Markle in a picture, all I think is man shoulders, I mean, her shoulders are huge. And now that she's lost weight with the Ozempic, her shoulders look even bigger and more boxier. It's like, I'm sorry, but yikes. She does not have a Princess Diana figure. Just saying. She always wears sleeveless tops. That accentuates her shoulders even more. As big as they are, when you have large, I mean, maybe that, I don't know. If you have large shoulders, if you're supposed to wear sleeveless things, I don't know. I guess it looks worse if if you're covering them, the sleeves or something. I don't know. She always wears sleeveless things, sleeveless outfits, I should say. And the rictus grin. So they're parading around Colombia right now, doing who knows what. Up to no good, though. I'll tell you that. Whatever they're up to, it's no good. I'll tell you that. Tell you what, that's for sure. There's lots of things happening behind the scenes that we're not going to hear about. It's the real reason for the visit, in my opinion. That you're not going to hear about. They have a tight rein on what they allow out as far as PR. And their lapdog is People Magazine. Just publishes whatever they want. So, yeah. I think the Royal Grift did the most accurate job with that. They're there doing something with the censorship complex. I mean, the CIA has a set up there with their censorship. And I don't know if you heard, but Dr. Naomi Wolf, who's on Twitter and exposed a lot with the injections and with the politics because she used to work on the White House chief of staff, she's just been deplatformed off Twitter. Well, her account's still up, but I guess she's not allowed to have access, and they removed her image and background on her Twitter account. She talked about it on Alex Jones' show. She was interviewed right after she did an interview with Alex Jones. So that was quite surprising. So the censorship is back, which, we anticipated more censorship, on Twitter and YouTube. I think YouTube took her down too, because now that the election's coming up, they're like trying to normalize censorship during elections for some reason. Like, oops, election time to censor again. Like, as if it's ever okay to censor. It's insane. Trying to make it some kind of tradition or something to censor during election times. It's absolutely crazy. I'm putting a little more blue on because there's too many light areas popping out here. And Harry's nose here, he has a little bit bulging out, but it's not quite as bad as Meghan's nose. I ended up giving him a Markle nose by accident, I think. So I'm trying to reshape it here using the negative space. Yeah. So Meghan and the communist vice president up to no good. That's all I gotta say. Whatever they're up to, it's not for our benefit. And always targeting the children. Yeah, so her hair looks good, pretty dark there, getting a nice dark color there. Now I figured out what the problem is with her face that I made. It's her eyebrows are more straight across, and I made it a little too high up there. So her eyebrows don't like go up like a model. So I'm gonna try to lower that. See if I can get away with doing that. I might mess this up. But like I said, I have backup copies of this picture for color pencil if necessary. But yeah, very dark there. Trying to get the eyes here. Oops. The picture, it kind of looks like she's smiling at Harry, but you can see she's really smiling at the camera behind Harry. She always knows where the camera is. Let's see here. I'm using just ultramarine blue to. One of the easy things about painting her is that she always uses the dark makeup, eye makeup. So, okay. Yeah, so I haven't heard I've only seen pictures of her arriving with Harry. I haven't heard anything following up that, just that the vice president there of Colombia brought up Meghan's Netflix and said, oh, she was inspired to invite them to Colombia after watching their Netflix show that came out 2 years ago. So obviously, saying that for Harry and Meghan's benefit to they're still trying to push those Netflix lies that have been proven, all the lies and that Christopher Boozy, who's been exposed as a scam artist, and they're still pushing them. They're still trying to push their fake truth, which is totally communist of them, by the way, to keep pushing their lies and trying to claim they're true. Everyone knows they're not, things they've said, but they keep pushing it. They're not backing down. The communist way is to break people down with their lies and force you to say 2 + 2 = 5. That's the communist way. It's you have to believe their truth. because they don't want truth, the truth coming out. They want only what they say to be true. And whatever they say is the truth. And anything else, as far as they're concerned, in their communist agenda should be censored. That's the communist way of Harry and Meghan, Megalodon. Trying to be communist. They're two traitors to their countries. Two communist traitors. I censor freedom of speech. They're really doing it. They're really doing their best to destroy our countries and enslave humanity. That's what it looks like to me. And yeah, her face is a mess, but her face in reality is a mess too. So I think it might be looking a little more like the actress, the washed up actress. Yeah, she's going to be saying till the day she dies that she was a successful actress, even though everybody knows she was just a low level cable actress. Never looks good. Anything that she wears, really hideous stuff. You know, no amount of bullying or Sussex squatters can change reality. Even though that's what communism tries to do, tries to distort reality. Like, nope, not gonna happen. This is I'm using Peroli red. They just look ridiculous. I don't think anyone's really paying attention, cares anymore about paying attention to them, except to hate watch. You know, nobody's interested in them anymore and their lies. Like, nobody in Hollywood wants to deal with them. But some people suspect that Meghan will have Harry kidnapped or something. And I mean, their lies are so ridiculous. Harry did not go to the funeral of his mother's sister's husband, her mother's on his mother's side of the family. Her Princess Diana's sister, Lady Jane, her husband passed away, and there's a funeral at the end of this month. And Harry claims that he can't go because it's too dangerous in the UK. But now he's prancing around Colombia, which, uh, according to Jesus Enrique Rojas, he said that there was a bomb, a huge bomb that was placed in the car of the vice president there, Francia. I can't remember her last name. Whatever, the vice president that Meghan met, her people, her people in her country just left the bomb in her car, tried to kill her with a bomb just before the trip, before Harry and Meghan arrived. Hmm. I mean, it's just how it's ridiculously dangerous there. Uh, Particularly if you're a high profile person, like Jesus Enrique Rosas says, if you're a high profile person, it's very dangerous because they'll want to make a statement by. And apparently, the vice president that Meghan's visiting isn't very popular there. Obviously, her own people are trying to kill her. And yeah, and so Meghan's going to visit her, and they're talking about their Netflix show and whatnot. You just can't make this stuff up. Wow, just cannot make it up. I think it's about as close as I'm going to get. Megan's got a weird face. I get the shading in here. All right, I think I'll come back to that. The Uncle Sam part of it for a while. Let her face dry. So now for Uncle Sam here. So we're going to use the indigo blue again, as we did for his jacket. And go over his hat again. Get a little darker. On Dan Wooten's channel, someone left a comment. His interview with Calvin, I can't remember his last name now. He said that he'd heard from King Charles's people or someone close to him that King Charles is not doing well with his cancer. Apparently, it's getting worse, not better. And Prince Harry said that he's not going to the funeral of his uncle, his Princess Diana's sister's husband there, because he claims it's too dangerous, but also it's said that he got into a fight with his father. And it looks like his father, King Charles, is not doing well with the cancer. So I have to wonder if something happens to King Charles, which it's looking more and more like something is going to happen. Are Harry and Meghan going to go to his funeral? I would imagine they would, or at least Harry would. We know Meghan didn't go to the coronation. I just think it looks worse and worse for Harry and Meghan the way they treat their parents. But it seems to be, I think, a part of their. It is election time right now, and normally someone like Prince Harry should not have any part in American elections. But of course, with the New World Order, they just think that they should be involved with everything, with every country. So Harry seems to think that he's got a position here to censor Americans and boss people around, apparently. But many suspect Harry is working for his father because his father is part of the globalist agenda with Klaus Schwab and the other World Economic Forum tyrants. Yeah, because I can't imagine Prince Harry would want to move to America and live in California, stay there so long. It seems like there's something else bigger going on that he's doing here with Meghan. The two of them don't even look happy together anymore. They try to act like it, but they don't look it. You can tell in pictures. They're really not happy together. Harry never looks happy. He's always complaining and sourpuss. He is, you know, he wants to go home, I think, for good. Apparently, he has a mission here he's got to fulfill of some sorts. Wonder if we'll ever get to the bottom of this, what they're really doing. You never see the children. Not surprisingly, they go on all these trips everywhere, and you never see their children ever. And many suspect they don't even exist. You never see them. People say it's because Meghan wants to hog all the attention. She can't stand the idea of children taking attention away from her. She obviously loves the limelight and being the center of attention, without a doubt. Seems like a real mummy dearest type. Can imagine if she does have children when they grow up, they're going to have a lot to say. They're probably writing their own books about mummy dearest there. But you never see those children ever. Never, ever, ever. Never show up anywhere. So I keep a lookout for other updates in the news because Harry and Meghan have a tendency to come out with, while they're bombarding the media with um, their latest tour here. In Colombia, usually something else will come out in the media, some kind of update on their court case or something else may come out that they'll try to overshadow with their Colombia trip. It seemed like on their Nigerian trip, Harry had a huge update with his trial. Like they know when an announcement about their trial or something is going to come out. I suspect they time these big distraction tours like Colombia when some other big announcement may come out, possibly. Or some other breaking story that they don't want people talking about. Most people just don't take Harry and Meghan seriously, and understandably so. But it would be negligent not to be aware that they are heavily involved with the CIA and the censorship with Aspen Institutes and, the likes of Bill Gates and George Soros and all that. So they are involved with these people and meeting with them and working with them. So although they are a silly distraction for the most part, they are working with anti-American forces, anti-Western civilization forces, I should say. Harry is a traitor to his own country as well. See the censorship going on full blast in the UK. It's completely out of hand. I mean, it's absolutely insane. And also, of course, the World Health Organization. Is it a coincidence that the World Health Organization suddenly announces uh, monkeypox is, according to them, a international health concern of the highest order, which kicks in, a suspension of your civil rights and other things that with the uh, Emergency Use Authorization and PrEP Act and all that erases all liability for anyone distributing vaccines and whatnot. So a lot of funny business going on here. So you got Harry and Meghan announced their trip to Colombia, and boom, Bill Gates is, which we know Bill Gates owns the World Health Organization, right? It's a private organization. It's not for the public. It's not. They're not elected. It's Bill Gates owns 80% of it. It's all owned by Bill Gates and his companies. And they announce a monkeypox scare. Look out for monkeypox for a second time. They tried the monkeypox thing earlier, uh, and it didn't last long. But now they're trying to do it again. The monkeypox is their new scare. So apparently, Kamala Harris is walking around wearing a mask and trying to tell people to wear a mask. Oh, I think I went too red here. A little too dark there. Oh well. So they're trying to bring back masks. The globalists love to see the peasants in masks. So they want everyone wearing a mask again. Get your mask back on. The elites prefer you wearing a mask, like the slave that they want you to be, as they see you as. So they want to censor you and tell you to wear a mask and tell you to take their poison. Yeah, that's what they're doing. That's what it's looking like. It's happening right now. They're starting it already. And, of course, as we get closer to the election, it's just going to get worse because they want mail in ballots one way or the other. They want those mail in ballots so they can cheat and use them to cheat with because nothing's been fixed from the last election. So they can just use those mail in ballots again to steal if they feel like it, which apparently, according to Dr. Naomi Wolf, that is the plan. That is the plan. Get those mail in ballots because they got a monkeypox scare. And force everybody into a mask again. Force injections on everyone again. And I don't know how successful it will be this time, but they're going to try. They're always testing and trying. They really want the slaves to wear those masks. Oh, they didn't like when the masks were dropped. Oh, they were so. Biden regime went to court to try to reinstate those masks. So globalists want those masks on you. Oh, they can't stand you not wearing your masks. And then they can send out their Antifa army to, burn down your property if they feel like it. They really want those masks back. Yes, they do. Want it back now. I cannot stand it. And apparently, some Democrat Congress people, Raskin, says that he wants, if Trump wins, he's going to have civil war. He wants, as he thinks that he should not be able to run. And yet they have this Kamala Harris, who's not legally a nominee, because you can't just take over. You can't have, just because Biden stepped down, apparently by force through a coup, and then somebody else can't just walk in. The vice president just can't walk in and take your spot as a presidential candidate. There's a whole bunch of steps you have to take with the FCC and other agencies. But apparently, Kamala Harris and her comrades there, Obama and whoever's with her, just think they can just take over, uh, take his place, just walk in and fill his shoes. That's not permissible. And so they're breaking the law, having her go around collecting money as an alleged candidate when she's not legally a candidate, not legally a presidential candidate. She hasn't done the right paperwork or filled things out or done things in the proper way. That is supposed to be the way it's supposed to be. So they're breaking all the laws with everything they're doing. And apparently things are up in the air with the Democrats, or the uniparty, globalist controlled uniparty, because they are surprised that they were expecting Trump to be dead. They were expecting to have killed him. And when he didn't die with the assassination attempt, that now trying to cover, they're even trying to cover up the fact that there was an assassination attempt. I mean, they actually had Google, like, when you search Trump, they wouldn't say, if you search assassination, president's assassination, like, it won't come up. And they try to claim that wasn't an assassination attempt. It's just a shooting that happened. I mean, they're trying to cover it up. Now that they failed in killing him with their assassination attempt, they're actually trying to cover up the truth of it and say, no, 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 there wasn't an assassination attempt. No, 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 no. I mean, it's absolutely Orwellian what they're doing. I don't know if you notice on his ring finger here in this painting, that's King Charles's ring finger. It has a little crown on it. It's like gold colored. There's a little bit of gamboge on there. But yeah, that's because I think that he's working for Charles. I think that Harry and Meghan are basically meant to be distractions or whatever. Meant to be, focusing everybody's attention away to the serious issues. What it looks like. Just keep putting out new drama, lies, make things up, just to keep people talking about them instead of their collapsing governments. It's looking a little bit more like her, I think. It's a little too light for her, but she has this like shadow across here and circles under her eyes. And let's see here. Going a little dark now with the paint because can only put so many layers on this paper. It's not the greatest paper. I can only put a couple of layers really, or it just refuses to take any more layers. So I'm gonna fix that up in a second. I'm just letting the color sit there for a minute. Oops. Yeah, her face is looking much thinner. This picture is an older picture I'm painting from. She's been taking the Ozempic, so her face is much more sucked in now. She's got all the fat in her face has been melted by Ozempic apparently, and so she's looking very different, or a bit different now. Yeah, I think quite a bit different. And when this picture was taken, I don't know when this picture was taken exactly. I don't know. It's not that old. Yeah, it's actually pretty old. I think this picture that I'm painting that I copied was from earlier, much earlier on the saga of Harry and Meghan, maybe 2019, maybe. Yeah, quite a few years ago now. Oh, all right. So let's go back to Uncle Sam here. I'm trying to follow a painting of him. Sometimes I find it difficult to copy a painting. It's easier to copy a picture than a painting, I find. But this is what Harry wants to do and what he's been doing, pushing censorship in America. That's what he's all about, him and Meghan. They claim that they don't have any social media accounts. You wonder what they're complaining about since they don't have social media accounts, right? Like, why are they so gung ho on censorship when they're not online? Their children, if they have really have any, are not online because they're only 3 and 5 years old or something. But they're so gung ho on online censorship. This couple who don't even have online presences, they have no YouTube or Twitter or anything because they know nobody likes them and they don't want to deal with the comments they'll get because they know nobody wants, and it's intentional, right? They're here to be hated. They want to be hated because they know they're trying to destroy people's freedom of speech. They know people know this, people that follow, and so that's why they don't have social, in my opinion, why they don't have social media accounts, because then everyone would see quite clearly that nobody likes them. Around the world, it would be quite obvious. We saw people were free to comment on their social media if they had a social media, but although they have their secret accounts, even though they don't have an official account online, they definitely have their secret accounts because they love Instagram. Meghan loves Instagram. And I think Harry spends a lot of time on Twitter. He talked about that in an interview that he claimed that he knew there was going to be an insurrection on January 6th. Prince Harry saying this, that he knew there was going to be an insurrection because of what he was seeing on Twitter. Mr. doesn't have an official account on Twitter. I mean, these two are just so ridiculous. I mean, this is the communist thing, the way they want to bring things in. They want to say whatever they want, even if it doesn't make any sense. They have no, account on social media, but Prince Harry will claim that he knew something was going to happen based on what people were posting on Twitter that he claims he never looks at or claims he doesn't have an account. That's Harry and Meghan for you. They don't even try to make sense. Okay, let me see. I don't know what to do with Meghan's face here. She's a mess. That's definitely looking more like her than before, that's for sure. Very dark and disturbed. That's her and Meghan, her and Harry. Two mentally ill, deranged lunatics, in my opinion. Okay. Yeah, I'll let that dry for a bit. Let's see how that dries. Oops, maybe put a little more red on the lips. Okay. I was gonna put a little communist symbol on Harry's. Maybe I should write censorship across his arm. I don't know. I want to use my fan brush. I don't use this brush too often. A little fan. I'm gonna try doing a pattern on Harry's shirt here. I'm going to this stuff for fun. Give it a little texture. Very subtle. It's just looking a little plain. Kind of make it look like he's wearing a textured jacket there. He always wears gray. Everybody calls him this gray suit. He always wears gray or blue. He's a very boring dresser. Putting him in a Cinnabara color here is very unusual for him. He doesn't usually dress very colorfully. It's usually very boring. It's like he's just meant to be a backdrop to Meghan. Yeah, I to give it a little texture there. That looks a little more interesting. And I'm thinking of making his shirt pink. So I'll leave it white, but I'm like, I think we'll make it pink. We'll make Harry pink because there are rumors that he's gay. So let's make a hot pink shirt for Harry. So we'll have him wearing hot pink here. Not that hot pink is necessarily gay, but stereotypically, it's a color for gay men, right? Or can indicate it. Because Harry seems much more affectionate to his pal Nacho than he's ever been with Meghan, I'll tell you what. He's much happier with Nacho than Meghan, that's for sure. All right. Let's get back to this mess of her face here. Just seems to be drying okay there. Feather that out. And we'll lift this up a little bit. Yeah, I think that looks more like her than before, for sure. We'll just make it a little bit more shading under her chin a little bit. It's already shaded around here. I'll make it a little darker in there. We have anti-American Meghan. That's what she is. Communist sympathizer Meghan. She wants to live in a communist dictatorship where she is in charge. She wants to be a dictator, like literally. They're training her to be a dictator. That's what she wants to do. Mm. The nose is definitely looking more like her. That's her nose, all right. Got that. Dictator Megan. Oh, you know what? Almost forgot to mention. I just happened to catch Crazy Days and Nights on his YouTube channel, and Crazy Days and Nights is NT. He is a lawyer, right? So everything he puts out, he verifies extensively because he is not going to get sued. And he found out that Megan. Now, this is a rumor that's been around for a long time, but he's confirmed it that Megan slept with the CEO of Soho House in order to, I believe, either to meet Harry or to meet Obama. But apparently, she slept with the billionaire Ron Burkle a number of times in order to secure a meeting, I believe, with Harry. It must have been Harry, I'm thinking. So that's on his YouTube channel. It says it just came out with it. It's July 4th, blind item revealed, I believe is the title of the video. So he's got it out there. Everything's coming out now about Harry and Meghan, their sleazy pasts. It's all coming out. Particularly Meghan's sleazy past. Because everybody knows Harry and Meghan met at Soho House, and that prostitution and is a problem. Has always been a problem there, and well, it's pretty much going on. In other words, and Meghan is known to have been a yacht girl. There's tweets on her Twitter account at the time, somebody requesting her attend a certain yachting event to go yachting, and Meghan does not know. As far as I know, I've never heard of her owning or doing anything with boats. So, and interestingly enough, her and Harry never seem to go on a boat anywhere. They seem to avoid boating, don't they? You never hear them taking a boat anywhere. Uh, so it seems like that's a sensitive topic. They never take a boat. And most wealthy people, they own a yacht, right? They usually, like Zuckerberg and whatever. Harry and Meghan don't, though. They have a mansion, but no yacht. But she hangs out all the time. You see pictures of Meghan with Mark Anderson, who is the in charge of the Soho House. Well, he's the, I don't know what do you call him, what his exact title is, maitre d' or something. He's in charge of keeping people happy at the Soho House. She still hangs out with him, so she's still very much connected to Soho House, and Soho House had a lot of, you know, exchanges of favors between young women there and the men there. Yep. But he put it right out there on his YouTube channel, confirms Meghan Markle slept with Ron Burkle. Another interesting twist is that Ron Burkle's son died in 2016, and no one would say how he died. There was never any cause of death revealed, which I always thought was suspicious. I mean, if it was a drug overdose or something, he wasn't into drugs, it didn't seem. I think he was a very healthy, athletic person, so it seems like something else killed him. And I wonder if Megan Obama had something to do with it. Because if Megan slept with him, obviously Megan would want to shut him up and get rid of him if she could. I don't know. It's very suspicious that his son was killed. And Megan, the Clinton body count. Megan's friends with Hillary Clinton, and the Clinton body count is well known. She goes around killing anyone they don't like. So it would not be a surprise at all, right? If maybe Meghan wanted to get rid of the dad, or it could have been a threat to the father, like don't say anything or you're next. Because Meghan got very powerful there for a while, and she is buddy buddies with Hillary Clinton. So it could have been a message killing his son like that. You never know. She's a very sick, twisted individual. And she's with very dangerous Obama, Clinton people, globalists. And look at the globalists. They kill whoever gets in the way of their vaccine rollout, which is all the African leaders who wouldn't take the mRNA injections. They just killed them off. They didn't care how it looks. These are the people Meghan rolls with, so I don't know why this looks so choppy here. Yeah, Meghan's face is a mess, just like in real life. What can I tell you? She's a mess. That's as good as I'm gonna get it. You can tell who it is. Yep. Hair's still a little light on top. I would have liked it to be darker. But I got the nose. I think the nose and the mouth, anyways. The eyes are eh. Yeah, kind of that captures her a lot more than before. Yeah, so let me see here. This hand. It's been about an hour so far. Yeah, I'm pretty much gonna call it. Pretty gonna be calling it a day soon on this. I'm just gonna add a little more shading on the hands here. Yeah, I think it's coming out pretty decent. The hand, anyways. Hands are always so difficult to do. Yeah. Harry the Commie. So I could fill in the background with a color. Let me just, I don't know what color to use. I'm not sure what to do with that background. I should just leave it white. Maybe green. Maybe I should make the background green. I think just a gray color. Oops. Now let's make it gray. Using too small a brush, but let me get my larger brush. Okay. All right. Go ahead and fill this background in with something. Dark cloud of Harry and Meghan hovering everywhere, snuffing out the light of freedom. So I'll make Harry and Meghan's will be the dark cloud over here. And I'll have them have the other side yellow, where the freedom of speech, the energy and creativity and humanity and light. Yeah, because Harry and Meghan when you're snuffing out and censoring people, you're snuffing out the light, the inner light and the light in the world, the light of truth, right? So I'm gonna make half the painting is a dark cloud of Harry and Meghan, and for the American side, for the Uncle Sam here, will be the light of truth and freedom. And so this will show that symbolic of Harry and Meghan with their dark cloud of unhappiness and lies and complaints and me, and poor playing the victim. How they're so miserable and unhappy, and they're trying to inflict that on America and everyone else. They're trying to inflict their unhappiness and their misery and their lack of humanity and their lack of happiness and their depressed, drugged up, ignorant, uncreative, unmotivated, meaningless lives. And because they're so miserable and they can't stand anyone. You know, when you're miserable, you can't stand other people being happy. You can't stand it. Especially when you're wealthy and privileged, like Harry or a globalist, they feel like, how dare you be happy? You could be miserable like us, like Harry and Meghan. So that's why they always harp on misery and other people's misery and depress people and just say, oh, the world's so horrible. Because to them, the world is horrible because that's all they can think and that's all they can be is horrible. They have no humanity left in them. They're like lost causes, they can't do anything well. And instead of improving themselves and looking in the mirror and saying, I need to get better, instead they think, I can't be happy. No one can be happy. And that's the way they think. And that's why they like censoring us because they want to make you unhappy. They know it makes us unhappy and they're unhappy. So they want you unhappy like them. They're not going to allow you to be happy if they can't be happy. If they're unhappy, you must be unhappy. That's how Harry and Meghan think, and their globalist friends, their globalist comrades. Everybody has to be miserable like them in their world. You're not allowed to be happy if Harry and Meghan aren't happy because they think everything revolves around them. And Meghan just wants money and power and attention to be famous. She's a typical Hollywood actress. She just wants to have fame and power and do whatever she wants and have everybody at her beck and call. She's really like a cartoon character, you know. She's like, I heard, okay, a daily Crazy Days and Nights reported that Meghan is such a mean boss. I mean, she's really cruel to people. We all knew this, but we have another story out from Crazy Days and Nights. And apparently, Meghan wanted some product that was unavailable where they are, right? So Meghan tells this assistant that she has to go get this product, and the only place the assistant can find it immediately is at a place that was like 4 hours away, right? 4 hour drive away, and or like 250 miles away. And Meghan told the assistant, "You better go. You got 4 hours to get it, or you're fired." This is the kind of boss Meghan is. She actually she hires assistants and says, "Find this product." And when the only place they can find it is 250 miles away, Meghan says, "You got 4 hours to get it for me, or you're fired." That's Meghan Markle for you. That's who she is. And of course, everybody has to sign a non disclosure agreement. So, and you know they'll sue you if you talk about them because they go to court all the time. They keep their past employees scared to say anything by intimidating them. Yeah, I think I'm pretty much done with this. So there you have it. There's Harry and Meghan censoring our freedom of speech because they are miserable, talentless fools that were inflicted upon us. And they're communists. I didn't put a communist symbol in there for Harry. I was going to do something like that. Maybe another time. They are communists, though. There you have it. So I am done with this painting. So hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye bye.